Hello everybody, welcome. Oh, I've been outside, it's been blowing and blowing and blowing and just had to get out and get some air, you know, go for a walk, get some exercise. So just went down by the river for a quick stroll, and I'm back now in the studio, and just want to make something. This is a bit of a test actually, because this, as you'll see, there's something different about the camera, and it's more wide angle, isn't it? And and maybe the sound is different as well. That's because it's a different camera. So we'll see. What's going on here? Too many clothes? Yeah. I'm just going to give myself a little spray here to keep the dust down. Now, I've got some clay here that I've already wedged it up, you see. Right. Yeah. So let's turn that on. I've got some warm water there, and what I want to do is just I want a, let's see, let's put that into pounds. Not as big as that. I want about 1.5 pounds. 1.5 pounds, that'll do. That's for one lump. And then that way. Put it back 2 ounces. Yeah. I'm going to make this lump about 6 ounces. So quite a small. About like that. So let's bring the camera here. You're probably thinking, well, what's he going to make? Indeed, that is a good question. But it's not often that I sit down to the wheel not knowing what I'm going to make. And we'll talk about it as we go. Let's just bring the camera a little bit closer. I'm interested. Oh, Shino's arrived. So we're the bird's eye view again up here, or the helicopter view. Let's just bring that in a touch like that. Okay. So. Now that lump we'll put there. Okay, switched on. Yep. Gino. How you doing? Yeah. Right. This is actually a pot that I'm going to make, which is, the idea of this pot came from a magazine, one of these free magazines that comes in through the door, you know, and you know, we're looking through it, and there was in fact Jennifer noticed it. She said, look, you could make that out of clay, and it's like it was actually a round bowl, shallow, and it was like segmented off. Part of it was segmented off, and then I was, you know, as I find it hard to think of anything other than GP bowls, you know. But I'm always interested to try to work with the bowl form. There's so many different. It's a very versatile shape. That's what I'm trying to say. And there's so many different things that you can, you know, make from a GP bowl. Even like this little thing here, you see my tools are in. It's just a GP bowl with a flattened side and a hole. Double bowls, all sorts of things. So anyway, I was thinking, well, yeah, I'll see if I can have a go at making one of those. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm thinking of a bowl that's not actually as tall as a GP bowl. I don't want it to be as tall. I want it to be shallower. I still want it to be a bowl. So you're joining me in the stage of from having the idea to actually executing it and having a. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a big bowl, and then I'm going to throw a smaller bowl, and then just push them together. Alright, so that's. So I'm just lifting this up. And we are going to roll the rim on that one. I like rolled rims. I mean, when I started working for my dad, we used to make GP bowls in the pottery, but they didn't. I don't know. My dad never put rolled rims on. I like the old rolled rim, as you know. Where's my sponge? Sponge is up here. I'll just get that. So yeah, this is a little bit of a test with this camera. I just don't know how many megabytes it's going to eat up. You know, these high resolution. This camera actually can shoot in 1080, but I'm not shooting this in 1080 because for YouTube 1080 is not really. It'd take hours to upload the thing. So I'm not shooting it in 1080, we're shooting it in the lowest definition available on the camera. So just going to put my stick in underneath, wet trim the base. This is it's basically the same form as a GP, but it's much squatter, if you know what I mean. Much shallower and more open, you see. Alright, so just take the leather here, hold the leather over the rim like that. Take the sponge, like that. I have to think, you see, what I'm doing here, because Just thinking whether I'm going to cut that off right now or cut it off when I've. So I'm going to cut him off. It's always a good idea to wet your tools and things. You know, when they've been dried out beside your wheel, everything gets dry and crusty, doesn't it? It's best good idea just to wet stuff, wet it. Okay, so you can toggles to the back like that. All right, and we're going to pull the wire across like that. Leave the wire there. Right, my next job is, well, let me just show that to you. Okay, so it's just like a regular GP bowl shape, but shallower and wider across the base. Okay, so we'll just put that one there. Let's locate another bat here on the wheel. Incidentally, you know, these kind of, they're horrible, aren't they, these plastic bats? I'm going to try and work away for them and get some of those other bats. Those ones that are, they're absorbent and they've got like rubber grommets that go in there. So I can place that straight on there, you see, because these bats have got a hole that goes all the way through. Yeah? So I can eyeball through with my eye, looking through the hole. I can take it and I can put it straight on the. There. Okay, now we're going to do the next fella. Don't forget, throw your lump of clay down like you mean business. You know, none of this sort of like putting it there and giving it a little pat like this. Try to let's see if this camera will zoom in a bit more. I don't want to get clay all over it. That wouldn't be good, would it? Ooh. Okay, there we are, we're zooming in a bit more. Right, let's throw another. This time a lot. Got to make sure that this is the same height as the one I've just thrown. Otherwise, yeah. So I'm beginning to think I haven't got quite enough clay here. Yeah, no, I'm not happy with that. I'm going to have to ditch that one. That was 6 ounces. We're going to have to get 9 ounces, I think. Let's have a look. 9 ounces. Ha! 9 ounces exactly. Try that again. the room. Check that height. Yeah. Trying to get the yep, that's about it. I'm going to just like that. So what we've got to do now is let's just bring back the camera a touch. I'm a bit alarmed because I'm seeing here that the battery is somewhat depleted already. That is a bit disappointing. Oh well. We'll see. Alright, so slow the wheel down, take our... Let's just clean away some of the slurry there. It's not a bad idea to do that. Okay. So, straight through. Right, now what I want to do is we're going to take this one where I'm going to put them down. I'm just going to wet him, you see, like that. What I want to do is I want to lift this. Oh God, he's stuck down again. He stuck himself down after I cut him. All right. He seems to have stuck himself. Okay, so there you are. You see the two bowls. All right, got to make sure they're the same height. What we want to do now, though, is take this one and I'm trying to push him in. You see, like that. When you've done that, you then have to think to yourself, well, maybe we should just still keep this one round, and so we'll depends how you want to do it. Yeah, that's now slightly lifted him up there. He's lifted him up because I've pushed him. I'm wondering whether... Actually, I think I've done it wrong. I think the small bowl should push an indent into the main bowl, otherwise it's going to make the thing... But I probably won't be able to separate them. Oh, yes I can. Alright, so we're going to do it again. But this time... I'm going to push this one that way. You can see what I've done, the difference. But this time I'm going to push this one in like that. I think that looks better, doesn't it? So the main one is deformed, but this one hasn't. you know, it's when something's in its experimental stages like this, what I'm doing is experimental, isn't it? So there we've got the two bowls pushed together. The next thing you ask yourself is a handle, Simon. What about a handle on that? What about a handle? How are we going to manage? How are we going to put a handle on that, if at all? Do you think it needs a handle? Okay, well, that's something we'll have to think about, isn't it? So, play around with that idea. Let's just pull back the camera here and step it back a touch. Yes, good. Well, give me some feedback, folks, on this new video clip with this new camera. I'll be interested to hear and see for myself what it's like. We'll carry on with that double bowl. I guess we'd call it an asymmetric double bowl, being a bigger and a smaller one. But the uses of something like that, I don't have to tell you what they might be. Fairly obvious. Probably have some dip in here, and then have some sticks of celery, carrot to dip in. I'm sure you can think of uses for something like that. Okay, please go to my website, simonleachpottery.com, and we've got potter's wheels there, tools, t-shirts, what have you. Adding new things as we go. So, thanks for all your letters and emails, etc. Keep them coming. Okay, keep practicing. See you soon. Bye bye.